I didn't go to school, and it's an insecurity that I wear on my sleeves. Like, I just can't stop thinking about it. I feel less than a lot of people. In America, there's just like you guys have a 4-year university, but we also have this nice thing called the community college, which is basically the best way to describe it is a place where adults hang out in between jobs.
Nick Thune is on the Adam Carolla Show.
It's got a stand-up special, Born Young. It's available as we speak on YouTube. Got dates. Going to be at the Elysian Theater in Los Angeles. That'll be April 19th and then May 28th. Irvine at the Irvine Improv. You go to nickthune.com. What do you got in the news, Mayhem?
All right, first up, got some video, no audio. A woman's fencer opens up on refusing to face transgender opponent, accepting punishment and backlash. I'm sure you...
She's getting punishment?
Yeah, the female fencer says the issue turned from a lifelong Democrat to conservative Republican. How you think of certain sports, and you go, what's the advantage? What's the advantage here? And you watch highlights of the WNBA, and then the next highlight clip is the NBA, and you go, okay, there's a big difference here between men and women. But fencing, I feel like it'd be with some reach, what?
Maybe a little arm.
Base, really?
But women are okay on their feet, and they love to cut up a dude. Like, they're inspired. You know what I mean? They're angry. They're motivated. You know what I mean? You get to stab a dude.
Yeah, this is her taking off her helmet, taking a knee, and essentially saying that, I can't face you because you're a man. Rope? She says this.
It's a weird sport. They have a tether attached to them. It's essentially the opposite of sword fighting as we know it through cinema. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with the Three Musketeers, man. It was guys would slash a rope and a whole candle,
candelabra.
They'd slash the candelabra. They'd slash the rope. Well, first they'd swing on the chandelier, and then they'd land, and then they'd slash the rope, and the chandelier would fall on all the guards. They don't make them to capture guardsmen anymore, And it was like stuff was getting knocked over, and guys were carving, the Z in a guy's chest, and they're wearing a mustache and stuff. Now they're all fucking padded up with a tether on them and stuff. Like, I don't get it.
It's a game of tag, yeah. Well, she got black carded for this, I guess in fencer parlance. That's like really bad. She's disallowed from disallowed from competing in tournaments again. So,
all right, well, listen.
Unsportsmanlike behavior.
This is like, it's one of those, all right, I don't, the argument is, here's the argument. The right goes, we don't want men competing with women. By the way, there's never beef about the other way around. No one ever goes, hey, this chick wants to join the men's football team, and everyone goes like, fine, because I don't think they have an advantage. Like, it only goes one direction. The beef is with a physical advantage over your opponent. Sports, here's the thing about sports, everybody. Listen to me. Sports are all about parity all the time. That's all they do. NASCAR, F1, the scrutineering is insane. I mean, every car needs to pass tech, 100%. Even in my vintage racing, they have tech inspections for cars. And they will tell you, they go, okay, we're doing this vintage race. It's the Rolex Historics in Monterey. Here's your run group. Here are the tires you can run. You can outrun modern tires. It's unfair to other people for you to be on these non-biased slicks or whatever, whereas other guys are running old school tires that would be appropriate with the era that the car was raced. So they got tons of rules because they go, look, it's got to be just the driver. We're going to check, and they pass the car through tech. F1 is like, forget about it. Templates and measurements and weights and blah, blah, blah. If a car has like an advantage, like back in the day, they would start adding weight to the back of the car to stop their advantage.
Tom Brady had 4 less pounds in his football of air, and they're like, fuck that. No, they have to be, you cannot deflate gate over here. We don't need to put gate behind everything that's controversial. I don't know why we do that all the time, but the point is all we do is parody. That's all we do. Or how about, it's the Little League, and there's a guy on the 13-year-old team, but he's Dominican, and he lost his driver's license, and he's got a mustache, and it's like, we can't have a 17-year-old playing with the 13-year-olds, and it's all parody. That's all it is. We need to even out the playing field. I mean, they even have, it's like in football, they go, you go this direction for the first half, and then you go the other direction in the second half, in case there's something going on. The wind is blowing, or the field's a little out of kilter, whatever it is. 0 advantages. So this is really just an extension of what we always do, which is there's nobody in the MLB who plays with an aluminum bat. And if you did try to go up to the plate with an aluminum bat, they'd be like, no, it's got to be out of hickory or whatever.
Now they do the torpedo bat.
Well, but see,
same thing though.
You're making my point, which is somebody came out with a bat that's a little bit different in shape. And now it's a big discussion. Can we use this bat? Is it an advantage? No one says it's a 50% advantage. Is it a 2% advantage? If it is, that's too much because we need parity. So that's all this is. The guy's got a little more muscle mass, a little taller, he's a little stronger. He's got an advantage, so we're against it.
Yeah.
And then the Democrats are always like, what are you guys obsessed with this for? And the answer is like, we didn't want to be obsessed with it, but this thing started happening, and then we said no. That's all. You don't have to be obsessed with it. Just no.
It's fencing culture, I guess. A lot of people are from colleges and whatnot, so it's a very woke kind of.
But what would be the sport that would work? Like bowling, men have a higher average, right? Obviously, there's the football and the wrestling and then boxing or combat sports or something. But fencing would be getting around that would down to a spot. Like I don't really understand why there's a women's division in pool. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't we just have pool players? Like, I don't know how much upper body does it take? Like,
is there anything where they don't have a division?
Yeah, horse jumping.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they do that in the horse jumping competition. Male and females compete. Yeah, side by side.
That's because it's those jockeys, those really.
Yeah, women are lighter normally than men, so maybe they do have a little advantage there. And they fucking love horses. Every girl has a phase where it's like, I want a horse, I love a horse, I need a horse.
Oh yeah. I mean the size of their.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine making the pitch to my parents. Hey, I'm looking at horses this weekend. What do you say? Like, you're not even getting Levi's. You're getting fucking Tough Skins. Like, forget about a horse. A horse. I would have loved to make that pitch. I'd like to go back in time and film myself asking my parents for shit that my kids asked me for.
Genuinely?
Yeah, like my daughter's like, look, I got the Mercedes you leased me, but next time around I like a convertible, if that'd be cool. Like, I just like to watch my dad's face going, what? You want what? Like, it'd be the craziest. That'd be the best show ever.
Yeah.
Adam builds a time machine and asks his
that
dad
he
for
could
stuff.
dumb stuff.
You'd just be like, no. Like, what do you mean a horse? Like, well, my parents would be confused. Like I'd go to them, I want to go to space camp this year. It's in Tampa, Florida. They'd look at me like, I don't know what you're asking. Like, they wouldn't go, how much money that would cost. I don't think it would. It'd be like talking to a person. It'd be like finding a person from 1812 and pulling out your cell phone and going, "You want to check it out?
You want to see what maps are like?"
Yeah, or we can watch people fuck. They just go like this. Go, what? You're a sorcerer. That's from the future. All right, what else you got, man?
A little sad news here. Miller Gardner's toxicology results confirm his cause of death after the Yankees' great son, 14, died on vacation. Yeah, apparently he died of carbon monoxide inhalation. The son of a
Where were
Yankees
they?
legend, Brett Gardner. They were in Costa Rica. Costa Rican authorities said that the hotel room, filled with carbon monoxide, and the rest of the family was suffering a mysterious illness.
I've had carbon monoxide poisoning.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
First off, that's the way to die.
Yeah.
It is. It's the equivalent of the bird hitting the glass. You go to bed. You just go to bed and you don't wake up.
What?
That's it. There's no pain. If there was a struggle, you would wake up and stagger out of the room. Mm-hmm. You do not. You go to bed. That's it. And that's why people used to kill themselves in their cars all the time before all these catalytic converters and oxygen pumps and all this EPA bullshit. They just put the hose in the exhaust pad.
Yeah, how many
in the
scenes
garage.
in every movie we've seen that? It's like
fire it up, go to bed. Mm-hmm. Just go to bed. The carbon monoxide makes you sleepy, like coming out of oral surgery kind of vibe, or like that.
Yeah,
going under when they put you under. That's what it feels.
It's not like drowning. It's not like
there's no struggle. I'm saying this to anyone who's thinking about killing themselves. Don't jump off a fucking skyscraper. You're going to land on somebody who's just walking their dog. You know what I mean? And don't do death by cop or whatever. That guy's got to live with that. Carbon monoxide, man. You literally go to bed.
You should do some PSAs.
I should. And I'd start off, hey, I'm Adam Carolla. But I have to do that from the Man Show. I have to do that from where I'm known from. You know.
Adam Carolla from the Man Show.
You might remember me from the Man Show.
Yeah, I got to do the you might remember me at the beginning, because otherwise it's going to be like, who's this dude talking to me about this? And see, in places that are kind of third worldy, they don't have their shit figured out. So you just go to bed and the heater's on and the heater's not properly ventilated and it's going into the thing and it's pumping through the thing. Yeah. Carbon dioxide will fuck you up. It will kill you.
It is.
And there's nothing you're going to do about it because you just go, I'm going to bed. And it's just creeping in and you can't smell it and you just don't wake up. And if you do, you're completely out of it and you're nauseous and
those
everything
carbon
else.
monoxide dreams are.
Oh my God.
You're just driving in a car down a lonesome highway.
Yeah, I had the dream. I was in a bathroom at a comedy club, and some bitch was shitting up the stall next to me. I was like, oh my God, this bifolding door. I can't get out of here. It's a crazy dream, man.
That really quick. Were you friends with? Do you know Greg Giraldo?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't friends with him, but I know.
Somebody told me this funny joke that he did the other day. He was pissing next to somebody in one of those bathrooms, and
no, he didn't do the joke the other day, though.
Told about this experience.
Gone for 10 years?
Yeah, gone for 10 years. And they had those little dividers between the urinals, and in the middle of peeing, he knocked on it and said, I hate these things.
All right, sad, but that is does not happen in this country at the Sheraton Universal or whatever. Like, that is a thing. As much as I rail against...
No, in this country, they get eaten by alligators.
That's right. In Florida. As much as I like to rail against, red tape and over-regulation and shit like that, we got building codes here, and that shit doesn't happen here.
Well, explain this, because it doesn't say it in the, what would be the likely reason for this? Would it be... if you violate some code, there's some type of carbon monoxide released from somewhere in the house. They didn't state it in this report.
I don't know why in Costa Rica or wherever it was. If you turn your heater on and your heater is not properly vented, it'll kick back. Just like fires start when people turn their dryers on and the vents all filled with lint.
Yeah.
But get a carbon monoxide alarm as well as a smoke alarm. The thing about a fire is fires are kind of loud if you ever really think about a fire. Like, stuff burning is loud. And, I mean, my neighbor's house caught on fire a million years ago. I was a million feet away, like, watching SportsCenter in my den, and I could hear it pop, whatever. Mm-hmm. You wake up. You smell it. and you hear it, and then you get up and you go, I'll fucking crawl out of the window in my underpants. Carbon monoxide, you just go to bed, and you do not wake up, and there's no anything going off. So you need a carbon monoxide alarm detector, really, but they're built into a lot of smoke detectors, and they're, I don't know, $25 or something. So it's no big deal to do it. You know what's weird? Look up Vetus garrulitis. You guys know Vetus garrulitis is?
Never met him.
Yeah, she's hot.
Well, I never met Abraham Lincoln, but do you know who Vetus garrulitis is? No. Okay. Vetus garrulitis was a professional ranked, maybe Wimbledon winning tennis player, like top ranked back in, with the John McEnroe days and all that kind of stuff. Oh no, you're thinking of the other guy.
Okay.
But you're thinking of Bjorn Borg.
There we go. I'm in the same era, though, right? It's like a crossover.
Yeah, Vetus garrulitis. I don't know what his biggest win was. I don't know if he won the French Open or he won Wimbledon. Like, what is Vetus garrulitis' biggest tennis win, and what year is it? One of you can yell into a
picture of him
microphone.
in the shower.
Nah, there's no.
Biggest win was 1977 Australian Open champion.
Okay. So look up how Vetus garrulitis died. Now, we'll look that up. I'm sitting in a room in Las Vegas about 3 or 4 weeks ago at the Building and Home Convention. And I'm talking to different guys who come in. And they go, some guys make doors and windows, and some guys make cabinets, and some guys make flooring, and you talk to them, and I go, I'm going to build a house in Nevada, and we're going to do a show house, and we're going to get your product in it, and we'll give you a break on the price, and blah, blah, blah. And you spend an afternoon, these guys come in, they do tile, and they do doors and windows, and they sit down. Well, I know everything, so it's easy for me to talk to them about whatever it is they're making, whatever their product is. So this 50-something-year-old guy, he comes in, and he sits down, and I go, what do you guys do? And they go, well, we do smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Vetus died at age 40, improperly installed propane heater for the swimming pool. He was staying in a guest house at a friend's house, went to a friend's house and used the guest house, and he died in his sleep in the guest house of some rich family because they had carbon monoxide. They didn't have their propane pool heater or something. It was fucked up, and it went into the guest house. Now, by the way, if a high-profile rich white guy dies in your fucking guest house and you're rich, you got to douse him with vodka and drag him out to the pool and just throw him in the pool and say that's how we found him, because you're going to get the shit suit out of you by his family. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, all you do is, I guess Vetus had a few pops and maybe just fell into the pool at night. But but if it's carbon monoxide,
that's on you.
You're getting your ass sued off, right? There's always going to be something where somebody told you could be an issue and it wasn't properly ventilated, but you didn't fix it, whatever that is. All right, so this guy comes in and he goes, I go, what do you do? We're meeting in the building show, and he goes, we do carbon monoxide testers. And I go, oh man, yeah, you don't want to end up like Vetus garrulitis. And he goes, who?
No.
I go, really? There's one dude who died. One guy who died because he didn't have your product in. You'd have posters of him in your showroom, and he's like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, you should know who Vetus garrulitis is, because he won the Australian Open, number one. But number two, he died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah,
these things.
He's like the Michael Jordan of carbon monoxide.
Yes, that's what I said. It was like you were there. I was like, what you want is you need, it's like you need a poster child for something. It's like when that kid got AIDS from the blood transfusion, and all of a sudden they became a poster child for this, and it got a lot of it rejuvenated the whole movement, you know. All right,
Someone
anyway.
needs to hold the flag.
I'm just saying, look, I don't expect these guys in the booth to know who Vitas Gariolitis is. But if they were in their 50s and they sold carbon monoxide detectors, I would. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Did you give the guy the tip and now he knows? And
it was him and his partner.
Yeah.
And they were trying to sell me on their product, and I was like, we're not doing any of this until we look up Vitas Gariolitis.
There he
I'm
is.
not going along with this. Look at him. Good-looking dude.
Stud.
Died at 40. You know, you're a tennis champion. You know you're in fantastic shape.
damn.
But like I said, just went to bed in the guest house, turned on the heater, went to bed.